What up, chat? How you doing?
Hello. Did y'all know it's pronounced Franz, not Franz Ferdinand, like all my teachers in the deep south used to say?
Franz Ferdinand. Cram, you have a doubleheader tonight. Did you know that? Did you know that coming in?
Yeah, I mean, with all this forehead, it was only a matter of time until we had two of them.
Until you had two games? Your forehead is what's bringing you into two games.
A forehead to an 8 head. That's how we graduate here in demoduo.
That's one perspective, I guess. Lizzie B, welcome to chat. Great to have you. Yeah, Cram, so tonight in the background we have the trailer playing for Mahokenshi, which is an indie game out of Iceberg Interactive and hey PJ, and what's the word I want here?
Bananas.
Game Source Studio.
But
the first game we're playing is a game of grammatical choices. Now, chat, I have a quick question for you. Do you spell principle like the school teacher with an AL or an LE?
That's tomato, potato.
It's not. They mean different things, like capital and capital, you know? You of all people, like, I think just last week I ripped into you over how you say tier versus tear.
Yeah, I mean, they're two different words, right?
Now you're being inconsistent. Anyway, so we're going to start today off with the first game and read or read. Yeah. So the first game we have is actually called A Matter of Principle. We're going to play that for about maybe 30 minutes. It's a short title. It's out of Dilly Frames Games, as a self-publishing indie developer. They do a lot of visual novels, a lot of kind of specific, like, pointed games, focusing on one mechanic or one particular topic. And that game is A Matter of Principle. So that's our first game, and it's about the assassination of Franz Ferdinand, per Cram's original piece of trivia.
Cool. Well, I'm excited to relive the horror, or the spark that lighted the horror of many million souls. So yeah, this will be a fun adventure.
Ooh, I don't think World War I claimed 1 million souls.
It didn't?
No, I don't think there was enough people on Earth for one. Let me see here. World War I body count. I'm sure that's how. Oh, you're totally right. I'm completely wrong. The estimate is between 9 and 15 million, according to Wikipedia. So I stand corrected. I do not understand how many people existed in 1914.
Yeah. Turns out they caught more bodies than Conor McGregor did against Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Way to drop your new fight knowledge.
It's a problem. It's actually a problem.
Anything you want to add before we jump into this Matter of Principle? Wind and wind.
Nothing else, but as a matter of principle, I demand that we start this demo.
Okay. We can satisfy that, as odd as it is. Here we go.
All right. This is a not normal menu screen. It's asking me to take a test right off the bat, and I didn't appreciate that at all. And then we've got this comics and gallery. So what button should I be clicking here?
You should go to the quiz first. Take the quiz first. Let's see if you pass the quiz first.
I don't know who you are, so I'm going to go with
that
this
is
dude.
The man that killed Franz Ferdinand and Franz Ferdinand.
We're already off to a great start, chat. What can go wrong?
Here we go.
Who was Austria. He? I think it was Bosnia and Herzegovina. No, he was an Archduke, Franz Ferdinand. All right. We saved that because we remembered his title, chat.
We're going to do a before and after quiz for the first 30, and we're going to see where you land, my friend.
Franz Ferdinand's greatest passion.
Help us keep the game honest, chat. If you're out there, you're like, man, history is my thing. I love it. Help us keep the game honest, okay?
Yeah, I thought his greatest passion was getting shot, but apparently that's not an option. So I'm going to go for the next closest then, which is hunting.
Yeah.
Man.
Wow.
It works. When it works, it works, Doppel. When it works, it works.
What was Franz Ferdinand's plan for the development of Austria-Hungary?
Divide the state, annex Bosnia, new territories, democratic. Well, if he was being assassinated, that would imply that he had ideas that were against the government-approved ideals. So...
Wait, he is the government.
Oh, he is the government.
He's the Archduke. What are you doing?
If he's the Archduke, then that means he was probably ignoring the needs of the people and was probably trying to annex something but the people didn't really care about.
I feel like you're going to get this one wrong. Okay, well, keep going. How did his father die?
I think I actually remember this one. Well, I don't remember it, but I remember it in a different time. It's all relative, Doppel. It's all relative. I think it was at war. It was not at war.
Dude, you're killing it.
Yeah, I'm perfect, honestly.
2 for 2.
The Sarajevo assassination take place. I'm assuming that's his assassination, and I don't actually remember. I don't remember when he died. August 31st sounds like a nice, good date. It's not actually that good of a date, Chad. Turns out it's not that good of a date.
You're at 5. 5's a good place. Go ahead and exit the quiz.
All right. I think that went well, Chad. I think that went well.
I mean, 2 for 5.
It seems like I cannot exit the quiz.
The whole point of this game is to educate. Hey, Vilos, welcome to chat.
All
Cram,
right, I think
go
we're
ahead
going
and
to finish through the rest of the quiz. Let's speed
just
run
answer all of them with the letter D, just like, classically, just hit D real quick.
Yep.
Yeah, just go through all the D's, and we'll come back and retake the quiz after the first little bit of gameplay and see what happens. So remember, chat, Cram got 2 out of 5 on the Franz Ferdinand quiz.
Wow, okay.
Actually, Cram, if you could go to the quiz real quick. These are the 2 human beings who we're going to talk about the most today.
Mustachio and I from a Dali painting.
Chat says Franz never really died, which I think is going to be a wild conspiracy where this exact tale is supposed to be the historic retelling of that death and the events that led into it. Anyway, these are our 2 main characters, and we're going to learn a lot about them, as the artistic intent of this visual novel is to provide more context for this, what did they call it? One of the most monumentous events of the 20th century. So,
I think that's a fair description.
Let's get started here. Comics it is.
Let's do it. Franz Ferdinand. He was born in Graz on the 18th of December, 1863. After the unexpected demise of his cousin Rudolf, Crown Prince of Austria, and his father, Karl Ludwig, he was heir presumptive to the Austro-Hungary Empire. In 1893, Prince Franz Ferdinand embarked on a journey around the globe. He was a devout Catholic and an esteemed hunter. The amount of his game is beyond count. Okay, wow, humble brag. He was to become the beacon of the Empire's fleet, a renowned voice of change, and a loving man to his wife.
Mr. Franz was my father. So before you go any further, Cram, today is going to be an exercise in sight reading. Because it is a visual novel in the sense that it is a novel with visuals, not in that there's going to be anything else going on.
I see.
You let me know when you want me to take over and do some sight reading, but we need to compress this down for chat so that we can get to some of the more promising black and white comics drawn by today's illustrators.
Sounds like you're going to do a speed run read in chat. Hope you've got your timers out. Let's get these splits ready and let's go. Sophia Chotek, 1868, also Catholic, surprise. Gavrilo Princip, 1894 in Wait, Double, how do you pronounce that? Oblajaj?
Yeah, let's just apologize to everyone in the Balkans now. We're gonna be bad at this, and forgive us, or don't, and tell your friends.
Maybe not, actually.
The disclaimer at the top is the composition does not justify any actions of anybody. The artist's intent here is simply education. And for those of you who are just arriving in chat, I want to remind you that we are going to spend about 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes on a Matter of Principle, this visual novel, and then we're going to move into Mahokenshi, a mage samurai game out of a small studio called Game Source Studios. So,
I see. Also, there's this small little kid named Victor over here who's looking as cute as can be. I'm sure nothing bad's going to happen to him.
Yeah, that's the best way to pronounce it. Gamereviews.
Yep.
So right now, Cram, what we're seeing, why don't you tell chat what you're reading?
So yeah, our dad just sat us around when we're all old, well, greater than the age of 3, and told us what our names are again, because that's totally a normal thing for dads to do, is remind their 4, 5, and like 9-year-old sons what their names are. And now we're learning about our surnames. Well, he was also telling us about the hopes and dreams. Who
are we though, Cram? Who are we?
That's a really existential question. Honestly, we're just space dust floating around the cosmos, trying to find purpose to what seems like an endless parade towards the death of the universe. But those who are
you're
lucky...
wasting valuable time with that. Who are you playing as right now?
Oh my God. I don't need... Oh, yeah, that's what the... No, it was wrong. Oh, well, whatever.
Oh, here you go. Now you're going to learn what the name Precept comes from. Here it is.
Oh, it wasn't a quiz. I get it. I was like, I don't remember seeing that information.
Tell us what you're reading.
All right. Well, there was a guy who rode on a horse and did some battles and stuff against the Turks, or with the Turks, something involving the Turks, and we're really proud that he did something against and or with the Turks on a horse. Very important detail, he was on a horse when he did those things.
I appreciate the brevity that you're approaching the situation with, but given the entire premise of the game is to absorb some of the historical information, you should try to remember some details for chat. Your grandfather did trade with the Turks, and they called him the Prince of Bosnia, or at least he told everybody they called him the Prince of Bosnia, and Precept became the surname.
I see. But see, why do I need to remember stuff when I've got you around?
Because I have a different job today, buddy. You're the player.
Sure,
you're the player.
Whatever.
Lizzie B says definitely play this game. Very affordable on Steam, and it'll make its way to every other platform.
Oh man, that looks like some good tobacco. He's probably getting a really awesome minor buzz. Uncle Dragon.
What's going on?
Dragon. Well, we just ran up to the 2 wise men. You can tell they're wise because of how long their pipes are. And that is not an innuendo with chat. Don't do it, chat. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Not worth it.
Graverka? I think that was one of our brothers. Oh, they want us to sing. Christ our Lord, crucified, and that's kind of macabre. Wow, okay. Well, I guess people didn't really have fairy tales back in those days.
They definitely did. Grimm's Fairy Tale was written before World War I.
Oh, that's true. Well, I'm happy that Disney made fairy tales happy again.
Your mind is all over the place. Focus on the screen.
Who needs to... How can I focus when I'm staring into the beautiful eyes of an angel on screen right now? I mean, that nose, those minor raised cheekbones. How could you not fall in love with that face?
Almost hard to believe that beautiful face would commit the act of assassination that started World War I, where between 9 and 15 million people died. Almost. Graham has been spirited away. I totally agree, Vilas. Spoiler, by the way. Spoiler, sorry.
All I'm saying is that a lot of criminals are hot. This is a known fact. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, we finished chapter 1.
Hey, nice work, Cram. Achievement unlocked, buddy. I get some chance for Cram.
All right, 1900 Vienna, Austria-Hungary. Oh my god, are they gonna play Cat and D?
Cram the biggest brain. Oh, yep, let me go ahead and make sure that that's actually directed at our boy.
There should be a Pen and D counter just for the entire demoduo run. Just the number of times we've heard Pachelbel's Cat and D.
Oh, yeah. Alright, now it's good to go.
So people didn't really like his husband, apparently.
Husband or his father?
Wow. And apparently these people are really eugenicist about it.
Yeah, so what you're hearing here is that nobody wants Franz Ferdinand to marry Sophie. They just don't want it to happen. It's going to remove him from the line of succession to the Austrian-Hungary Empire. And so his dad is obviously very upset about that. He's like, but I raised you to take over the empire.
Right. And he's like, my children, or your children wouldn't have a path to succession either. Well, sucks to be you, because true love conquers all, chat. Nothing can stand in the way of two beautiful swan birds circling in the air, chasing their dreams and love.
Yeah, that's right.
Duchess of Hohenberg. Aw. What? She wasn't even allowed to sit by her husband?
No. But the best part is this line right here. Could you read that out for us?
Not a single member of the House of Habsburg was present at their wedding. Franz took it badly and held a grudge. Then he took a gun and went down to the Five Assassins Guild.
No,
and
doesn't say that.
No.
Doesn't say that.
You know what? Maybe this is Keanu Reeves' origin story. He is like 500 years old after all.
Oh my god, it could be Keanu's origin. There's something to that.
Oh, well, he was happy though. Oh, that was a pretty fast chapter. All right, so summarizing that chapter.
Chapter 2, nice work, Cram.
Yeah, summarizing the chapter, Sophie and Franz were in love. Franz's dad was like, "Don't do that," and Franz was like, "Screw you, I'm going home." 1903.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Yep.
Hey, Cram, just real quick.
I
want to show chat what area in the world we're talking about. John Wick 5, Franz is back. So we are talking, and this is from the UK.gov, or .gov.uk. We are talking about Austria-Hungary down here, right? This is the area of discussion. So from Franz Ferdinand is in the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and in Serbia is where we were finding Precip. Okay, you see?
I can see.
You good?
Yeah.
You good?
Just counting the pixels. Okay. Yeah, I caught it.
Okay. Yeah, this map is old. And what I wanted to show chat today was how wildly different the world maps were before and after World War I. So I mean, look at the way that Germany gets a haircut. Lots of things change.
A little bit.
Poland becomes a state. The Baltic region, just breaks up wildly, but there still isn't a Serbia.
No, there isn't. Good observation. I definitely need that, obviously.
But just putting us in perspective of where this story is taking place. So let us go back.
Gotcha. And man, Germany's hairline got effed up. That's all I'll say. That barber did not have a good steady hand.
I have a friend who is a reenactor who's recently purchased a German World War I jacket.
You know what? We all have our hobbies. Some people collect World War memorabilia. Others collect waifus in a never-ending gacha game. Who's to say who's wrong, Doppel? Who's to say who's wrong? Alright, so this is recounting the life of Gavralio. And the dad isn't particularly helpful with his educational activities. Well, he's proud of him, but also, he seems to be a little bit of a deadbeat.
Yeah, chat's talking a little bit about Pentiment, which is set in the 17 or 1800s in Europe. And yeah, Pentiment fell off the wheel, but I'm looking forward to picking it up for an airplane ride. So what are we seeing now, Graham?
So I was assuming that he had just, or the father and the eldest son had just sent the younger kids off to some form of education in the city. And it looks like now they're coming back from their time in the city.
Gavro Precept, that's who we're dealing with right now.
So apparently there's a school, a cadet school. Sounds like a military school that are recruiting. Oh yeah, that sounds a lot like it.
Fancy uniform.
Some consternation about serving sounds like a military academy to me.
Consternation, what a word. Thank you.
Anytime. You're welcome, Doppel.
$5 word in the tip jar right there. If you are here for your first time, welcome. We're the Demo Duo. We demo brand new games every week, and this week we have a twofer. So we have a Matter of Principle, followed quickly by Mahokenshi, just given the nature of the two titles. We spin the wheel, we review that live alongside y'all, and that's we rate that a play, watch, or pass, and you can use about reviews in chat to figure out how to leave your own review for tonight's title.
You know what? This would have been a really cool game to have had back in high school when I was taking an AP course.
I completely agree. I think that it's the absolute application of tonight's game is education. Assuming that it's factually correct. I only fact-checked a little bit of the game, and when I say fact-checked, I mean I'm not a historian, so it's just one random person's best effort attempt to look at two things and say, yes, those are the same.
Dude, we could be spreading so much World War I misinformation right now. Not that we are, but we could be. And you know what? That would be, I'm just kidding. I know how to come with that.
I feel like the biggest piece of misinformation came from chat today, which is Franz never actually died. They just kept it going. So, black and white art style. Are you feeling like the characters emote to you still?
I mean, as a manga reader, I'm definitely a fan of the black and white comic style. So, parsing emotion, parsing sentiment from the smallest pen stroke is something I'm all too familiar with. Which is all to say, I have no idea what they're feeling.
Wow. All to say that you have stared at a lot of rastered black and white lines and you know nothing. Well, at least you stare into the great abyss and go, yeah, nothing.
Yeah. When you stare into the abyss, sometimes you don't even know what you're looking at.
So, Precept was a member of 6 assassins that were plotting the demise of Franz Ferdinand as he was making... I feel hungry. We've said Hungary a few times. That makes sense.
I get it.
All students. Now, if you attended college, imagine yourself at the college age trying to plot an assassination against a neighboring state power. Weird. An heir. Weird. But if you didn't go to college, no big deal. Imagine yourself at 18 or 19 trying to... I mean, most people in college are just so much more distracted, was my point. Sorry if that was unclear. But imagine yourself at 18 or 19 trying to plot an assassination of a state heir. This is crazy talk. Crazy talk.
Sounds like an overachiever. I'm just kidding. So Gavalio... his early talents, if you will, in education and studying have come up against the realization that, hey, there's a big old world out there, and when you get to the top of the top, it's not so easy anymore. So his grades weren't doing that great, but his big brother Jojo, I'm going to call him Jojo from now on instead of Jojo.
Wow, all right.
Yeah.
That's good.
His big brother Jojo was like, you know what, kid, I believe in you. So he got him some tutors, and then Gravalio was like, I'm going to play billiard balls instead. and he was basically about to flunk out. And now he's been enrolled in the gymnasium, which is like not an exercise school, but like another kind of school. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. No, you're onto it. You're onto it.
Hey, it's castle time. Oh, hey, mustache. We've got Elmer Fudd over here.
Okay.
So how do you even get facial hair like that? Like I mean, I've seen people with it, but I don't understand how it works. I don't understand the mechanics of it.
The curl? Are you talking about the curl?
Yeah, the curl.
Well, this part of the beard, this part of the mustache can grow quite long. And then you just wax that up. Wax.
You gotta use the wax.
Wax.
Wax on, wax off.
You're filled with pop culture references today. Look at you go.
I mean, I've watched a show or two.
It's like you're a product of the media you've consumed. It's crazy.
Dang, Franz Ada, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Man, he's a hungry hippo.
So remember your quiz, Cram. What was his plan for the state?
Well, they've only been annexed, but we don't know. Well, I guess that was his plan, was the annexation.
Nice work. Look at you.
Hey, I did it. Now use context clues.
I suddenly remember what this game is about. Yeah, that's right, PJ. It's pretty much leading up to some events to become Julius Caesar. Yeah, that's his ambition.
Dimitri and ask.
It's about the Hobbit. Oh man. So, it's a little bit tough to put a visual novel on the wheel sometimes, but at the same time, gotta give them a shake.
Yeah, for sure.
When somebody clearly put a lot of heart into this, and let's pair them up and give them a shake. JK, that was a JRR reference for The Hobbit. Yes, Hobbit lovers in chat. Yeah. Speaking of which, Tolkien served in World War I. It was a big part of his influence in creating Lord of the Rings. So what's happening on screen? Because I think Vilas has a flat face over it.
Yeah, so our good old friend Gravalio, well, I think this was Prince not Gravalio, was having some trouble at school, and he made some friends with... Go for it.
We have Franz Ferdinand.
Yeah.
And Gavro Precip.
Oh,
those are two people.
Oh, gotcha. The teacher was using his last name, his surname, instead of his first name. Weird.
Crazy talk.
Who uses a surname? Why would you even have an entire culture that uses surnames instead of first names? Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so some random person in class was like, "Hey, I got your back. Here's the alibi," and the teacher's like, "All right, I'll believe you." And now they're all friends in the literature school or club or whatever. Was it Hope?
Literature.
It's usually freedom. It's either freedom or victory.
Okay,
I'm gonna go with
see it.
Hope. Okay, Hope. It wasn't even victory. Oh, wow.
It was Hope, man. The Avengers. That's right. That's what you should name it. Name it after somebody else's aircraft that's no longer around.
This is probably why everything went to crap. They call their secret society Hope. You never call your secret society Hope.
That could be why. I'm really glad that you brought that up. That's probably why.
Oh, so Tolstoy is apparently a Super Saiyan too.
I love this graphic. It's just philosopher after philosopher after philosopher. Oh, that's great.
Oh, in medias res, right in the middle of a conversation. Look at that. Honestly, I kind of feel like I would like the comic version of this rather than the single panel version of this. Like, there's something about about the way art flows, like through a comic panel versus through individual panels and series, and it just doesn't hit the same, you know? I
do understand where you're coming from.
You know, any other comic readers in chat? How do you feel about that?
As you work your way through this, feature some of DillyFrame's other games because I have never heard of any of them.
No. That is quite the catalog.
Yeah, I just want to share with chat some of these titles. Notice there's a lot of focus on simple mechanics, a lot of cubes, but specifically the Blind Postman got a lot of commentary when I was looking up DillyFrame games. But they do own their own name.games, so like, mad respect. Bunny Minesweeper, you know, you can see that they have a couple of brands here. They've got Bunny brands, they have Cube brand, which not to be confused with Cube Escape, but this is the first one, A Matter of Principle, that made it on our radar.
Yeah, I skipped about 2 pages there of information. No big deal. I have photographic memory, as they say.
That cannot be true. There's no way. I have seen you forget too many things to make a claim so ridiculous.
I've just been hiding my power level this entire time, that's all.
The music is getting scowy. Agreed. Vilos, agreed. So, Vilos and PJ, what have you guys been up to? Lizzie B, if you're still out there, what have you been up to? How's games? What media you drinking in right now? Sometimes we talk about it in Discord, but sometimes not. Tell me what's going on, Graham. What's going on?
I was like, this isn't the first time Franz Ferdinand had been attempted or had an assassination attempted on him. And this is about Franz Joseph, which I'm guessing is his dad or something? Or some other person of royalty.
Sure.
Whatever is the matter? Oh, snaps.
PJ binged, as we found out, Alice in Borderlands. Okay, and...
Wow.
What happened?
He attempted to kill whoever this dude is, but apparently missed all his shots, assumed he landed them, and then just blew his brains out.
Wow.
That's like when you're in Overwatch and you emote after you knock somebody off the map, but they climb back up the map and then they kill you instead. It's just like, you played yourself.
In Serbia and Bosnia, they cut his head off and placed it in a museum.
Wow.
Metal.
Yeah, right? People had a different level of tolerance, it seems, for Dungeons and Dragons type sort of stuff back then.
Ah, man. Maybe on another Earth, the First World War started a bit sooner, but let's not hurry with those assumptions.
Not even maybe in another Earth there was no First World War. It's just like, ooh, maybe it started even faster. Ooh, maybe there was even more military carnage and bloodshed. Whee!
Yeah, he did get hit by hubris, you're right.
Oh, this is
censorship
like part
implemented.
Actual newspaper and like part actual edits. Cool.
End of interlude. Chapter 5. Cram made it all the way to chapter 5. Wow.
I guess you could say I'm a 5-star reader.
Chapter 5, not 5-star, buddy. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. But this will probably be our last chapter. So, chat, if you haven't left one yet, think about whether you're going to review this one, a play, watch, or pass. The reason that this being our last chapter is because it's clearly a single-person experience. Sitting down, reading a manga, reading a graphic artist. So, got a watch from PJ. Nice. In terms of games I've been playing, Sekiro, working through that last 25%. All right, nice.
Got hit by the bug. Man, I keep picking up Sekiro and dropping it like every year.
That sounds like it didn't make it past the play threshold. Hey, Nate for Boats, welcome to chat. Thanks for the review. I am up to date with your Marvel Snap daily acquisitions, my friend. Speaking of which, I had enough gold yesterday to, once the weekly challenges all refreshed, I could complete 25 challenges in Marvel Snap in one day. So I unlocked like 2 cards and a bunch of other stuff after running through all that gold. It was insane.
They have hacked your dopamine receptors.
I know.
You are.
I know, it's broken.
You are their puppet.
But at the same time, now I like the reward chain for the whole next week is like totally shot because it all went out yesterday.
Man,
what do we got going on here?
Well, protesters and police forces kept clashing, and in order to stop those clashes, some agreements were made, which included some students getting the boot. And Gavrilo got booted so hard, his tukish flew out of Sarajevo entirely. Man, like, that's quite the fall from, like, smart young kid to political dissident kicked out of ever achieving anything.
Wow, that is unfortunate. Same arrogant prick still holding the reins. I'm going home.
Brother. Man, this Hope secret society is out of hope right now. Like, yeah. I'm telling you should never name your secret society Hope. It's a bad move. It's a bad move.
Look at this.
Oh my god.
Too proud to ask for the money. I need a friend that says I can get you money. Well, if you are trying to throw a revolution in the Baltics, Vilos, there might be a friend out there for just that. If you bring 3 other people, you can get +3 power into the Hope group.
For every friend you bring in, you'll get a 10% discount on future purchases.
Maybe it was a matter of principle for him.
Maybe it was. I see.
End of chapter 5. There we are. All right, Cram, let's quickly go back to the quiz. And I, instead of playing Franz Ferdinand, we're going to give you Gavrilo Princip. Yeah. So why don't we play the first 5 questions here? Where was he born?
That's where he went. Wasn't it Bosnia? I'm gonna go with A. It wasn't A. The answer was not A, chat.
Oh, it was B.
Oh, that was B. What are the names of Gavrilo Princip's older brothers? I think I remember this one. Jova was one of them, so I'm gonna go with this one. Hey,
look, there you go, Cram.
What was a father? What did he do? It wasn't any of these. I want to say he was a janitor. He was not a janitor.
Oh, no.
Who did he almost become? Almost. Wait, there were a lot of options he could have become. I remember seeing lawyer. I don't think officer was one of them. I don't think he wanted to be a writer. I don't remember journalist. I'm gonna go with the lawyer. It was not lawyer. The answer was not lawyer, chat. This is not going well, chat.
No, it is not. You have even less information about Gavrilo Princip than you did Franz Ferdinand.
Right. Why was he expelled from the trade school? Oh yeah, this is when he was like, that was not when he was doing poorly in the books. But it was a good guess. It was a good guess, I think.
All right, Graham, you can speed through the rest of these because you haven't seen the information. I am still on Dad Narak, and I have just wrapped up almost everything there is to do in Vanaheim.
Ooh. I had to think of that far.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to say, because I don't want to spoil her, Cram, but yeah, Vanaheim was a lot of fun. I did it with the boy, and...
Oh, we haven't seen this one yet.
I think that as a combat companion, small spoiler, there's more than one, the boy is not the strongest combat companion.
Oh, that is interesting.
Graham says close on a multiple choice test he doesn't have the answers for. That is correct. You got 3 out of 7. Not necessarily your best moment for reading comprehension, my friend.
Hey, it's difficult streaming or entertaining and also reading. As I feel like one with Aaron Hansen whenever he goes through these difficulties.
Yeah, that's what it is. All right, well, I just pulled the reviews. We got 2 watches from chat, which is, remarkable, given that this experience to me seems like and if you still haven't reviewed, go ahead and drop yours. Feels like you want to do this. Oh, you want to have this experience for yourself, right? And absorb that information that way. How did I get so small?
That's a good question.
You must have been the editor last time. Anyway, Cram, I've got an important question to ask you, and that is, Dilly Frame Team has produced a Matter of Principle.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a play, watch, or pass on this experience?
I'll probably be a watch, only because I think play and watch are kind of synonymous. But doing less of a cop-out answer. I would watch this in the sense that if they have an actual physical comic book, I would probably buy it. Buy it, give it a read, and enjoy it that way. Okay.
Yeah, that's interesting. In that context, I feel like your rating is actually a play, but you can call that a watch if you want. I think I'm returning to Illis this week as well. Okay. I'm excited to hear about your trip back to Illis.
Oh, interesting. Some good language here.
We're talking Expanse.
Oh, gotcha. I would know if I had watched, but I haven't.
I know. Krim, do you have a question for me?
Yeah, you've watched me play 40 minutes of Franz Ferdinand, or A Matter of Principle, rather. Are you a play, a watch, or a pass?
Yeah, so, I think that this game is, attempting to be educational. I think that the team probably has some passion stake in the history. I mean, you don't make this game for the money. This is not a game you're like, man, I'm gonna retire off this bad boy. I'm glad that this game was made, and I think that this sort of style of game would have been an incredible way for me to consume history growing up. But at this point, I do agree with you. I think I would prefer a physical copy and to thumb through. But I'm not going to give it a play rating, I'm not going to give it a watch rating, because I don't, unless somebody is doing voiceovers for me and like audiobooking it, I don't want to watch somebody else flip through the visual novel. I would want to do it. So I'm either a play or a pass. And I think that you get through this in 30 minutes, 40 minutes on your own time and read through it. And so for that reason, I'm going to give it a play.
30 minutes or less, or your war is on us.
Yeah, right. It's not a long game, and it's just nice to see history displayed in this way. But I would rather flip through it myself than watch somebody else flip through it.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, in that case, let's find our way back to chit chat, and while you roll up Mahokenshi.
Let's do it. That'll only take a few seconds. You ready for this?
Chat. I don't know if you know this, but Mahokenshi came out today.
It's very rare that it happens, but every once in a while we get a new one. We reel it right in, and we get right to it.
Franz Ferdinand, how the band came to be. That's totally fair. I think that's totally fair.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so I see a Kitsune. I knew it. I called this. I said that chat would love a Kitsune.
Oh,
we knew it.
Chat, you have to be a little bit less predictable than this. You can't just go wild whenever you see a foxbird. You gotta be stronger than this, chat. Although these are some pretty sick visuals.
The secretive house of Jade, weaving deadly traps in the dark forests of the Ogumo.
I don't know about that waifu. I prefer my waifus to have 4 hands or less.
That's fair.
An ancient enemy has returned. Unite the houses.
Ogumo. I have a quota to hit. That's fair. Everybody has to have targets and goals. We're just happy that you can help you achieve those. Mahokenshi. Okay.
All right. Thanks for the intro, narrator.
Now for this one, I have to start with this remote content. So before you even get going, Cram.
Before we even do anything, all right.
When I was doing the research for this title, I saw something that was so funny. I need you to see it, chat.
The first minute of A Sister Is All You Need.
Cram, can you move your head to the other way? You'll be slightly off screen for this. Actually, that's fine. I'll just move you over here. Okay, you can stop doing anything weird. Chat. This is the developer. This is the game director, David Susurel, and there's a lot to say about him tonight. But specifically, while I was watching developer interviews with him, he said the phrase. He's talking about the influences of this game, and he said, we have a lot of Japanese influence here. We've got a lot of Japanese lovers in France. And I was watching with captions on, and I just started bawling in laughter. Like, there are two ways to read the two words Japanese lovers. People who love Japan and lovers who are Japanese.
But there's the third. People who love people who are from Japan.
Isn't that the first?
Oh, I thought that would be people who just like the country that is Japan.
Oh, no. Okay. So I had meant what you called three, I call one, but there are three. There are three. I'll give you that. So anyway, I had this screenshot. I just wanted to make sure that everybody else saw this gold. Because when you're watching somebody talk about a game they built with passion, and then they just throw out, we've got a lot of Japanese lovers in France. You're like, excuse me. What did you just say, sir?
Does France have a monopoly over loving Japanese people? I demand a recount.
I don't think they do. But okay, back to it. Thanks for entertaining, allowing me to indulge.
We need a true peer research poll of the number of weebs per capita by country. We need empirical data for which country is the most Japanese lover of them all. Who's with me, chat? Who's with me?
That is a good question. Define weeb. No, that's a different stream. We have a separate Sunday night show where we try to dissect what that word means. PJ, do not let us fall into that trap here.
Right. Imagine if you had like a 3-hour-long sermon or seminar on what it means to be a weeb. That would be hilarious.
Okay. Cram Mahokenshi.
Let's do it.
Let's get started. Ephemeral cards are permanently removed from your deck. A lot to say about this, but I'll let the game speak for itself for now.
Rumors of rebels and uprisings are common.
Man, this guy looks so nice too.
Rumors speak of dark forces and villages being destroyed. You have been sent to investigate.
I never signed up for this. Cradle of Shadows. We are in the remote islands in the celestial realms, and rebels and uprisings are common. But they're dark forces and disappearing villages. Alright, so we right-click to travel, and then we right-click... Oh, we press right-click twice. So, basically, we can reverse our decision if we so choose. Check how much you have in the left floor. So that's how much energy we have. Each one of these consumes 1, which, clicking on the thing, shows how much it costs. And moving through a forest costs 2. So right now, we're just basically being told how to play the game.
Bram.
Yeah.
I want you to pay special attention to your tutorial experience here, because the game director called out something that's near and dear to our hearts as the demo duo. That he wanted a clean tutorial in his game. So you be the judge of whether or not he got to that threshold. Also, if you're new here, we play a brand new game every week. We spin the wheel to figure out what's going on.
It's a big old monolith. There's a Flowkeepo monk, and he's guarding... Wait, sorry, that's the wrong accent. I don't know how to do a southern accent anymore. I'm literally from the south. But he's guarding a big old gateway. And apparently they are used to travel from island to island. He's telling me to tread carefully. And he's going to give me some cards. Okay, cool.
Graham, do you remember at the start of...
Interesting.
Do you remember at the start of A Forgotten City that there was a guy who would meet you every time and say, "Welcome, traveler"?
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was kind of like a Well, it wasn't kind of like, it literally was a Lupin story. We were playing The Looper, starring Bruce Willis and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
And anyway, so this monk is that guy for you.
Also have different energy costs and grab different defense and strength.
I miss feudal Japan when everything in the environment was separated hexagonally. You know, I'm glad you brought up hexagons, Vilos. I have a little bit to talk about when it comes to hexagons.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that hexagons was double secret trigger word.
Yeah, you've activated my trap card.
So I think what we can do here is we can travel to... Oh, that's the use of dash. So you can travel to a square, and instead of spending 2 to enter a forest, we can use the card to spend 1 to enter the forest.
Hey, Shani, welcome to chat.
You can even do that with mountains.
So you're going to notice that your card deck here is partially for mobility, right? Yeah. And so back to the hexagons, though. One of the reasons that you make a game like this tessellated when movement cost is a high concern, we tessellate with hexagons is because the distance between 2 adjacent hexagons, center to center, is always the same. That is not the case for squares, right? Because corner to corner, if you were to tessellate with squares, it's 40% longer than if you were to just travel due north, south, east, west.
I see. So,
when you want to consistently have movement costs fixed, squares become disqualified.
That's pretty useful.
Got you covered, man. Hexagon.
5
Hexagon.
We've all seen that CGP Grave video. Oh, so defense isn't cumulative. I see. So once you lose defense, it's gone for that turn, but you get it back the next turn. So it can mitigate the damage that you receive for a single turn. Oh,
unlike shields in Gloomhaven, which I think is probably where your mind defaulted, shields in Gloomhaven stay up every attack. You get that shield. Here, you only get that shield per turn. And so you're going to notice that turns are also your movement. So I don't know that we discussed this with chat, but the energy provided on a per turn basis, you use that for movement and you use that for combat. And you get 35 turns total, so 35 times 4 energy total to solve the map, to accomplish the goals, to fill out the side quests, etc. Should you not accomplish that in 35 turns, 35 times 4 energy is your maximum, you might have to end turns sooner in order to do certain actions. But carry on, my friend.
I see. Well, the game told us how to explore the map, so that's exactly what we did. Also, you needed to use the dash card to even get onto the mountain. I see. Alright, so there's a bandit over there who's got a pretty good vantage point. So we're going to go onto this bridge and wait out our turn so we can get a better angle on the bandit.
My dude's already min-maxing. Look at him go.
I played a little bit of Fire Emblem. What can I say? I know how terrain effects work. Alright, we can't actually get a better angle than this, and we can't occupy the same square he's in. So we'll just optimize for damage.
Just brute force, slicing and dicing. Shani, how's life going, by the way? And Nate for Boats and Lizzie B. How's life? What else are you all doing? Games, media? Got any trips coming up? Stuff like that.
Oh, he dealt me a status effect. It's right below my health bar too.
Did he deal you?
I deal 1 less damage now. He sapped my strength. That filthy strength sapper.
Strength sapper.
Alright. Well, I sapped his soul, so all's fair in love and war. Oh, that's
so you started with Ayaka from House Ruby. The House Ruby Kami is Tengu, the Winged Mountain Lords. So right now, Cram is fighting technology. I'm sorry to hear that, Nate for Boats.
Ooh, I kind of want to go over here. I only have 1
Cram
tile.
gets more money.
Ooh, that's what we can do. So we're going to walk over here, and then we're going to dash over here, and then we're going to collect... Oh, it's a card.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
So as you're building your deck, remember, you still need to move around. So if you... if you overwhelm combat cards into your deck, because for every turn you draw a hand from your deck, it's going to be the same. And he writes, doing good, watched a simple plan, and everywhere, everything all at once. Second viewing last night with a buddy. Oh, that sounds like a great day. I really enjoyed that piece of media. It sounds like if you watched it a second time, Shanny, you also enjoyed it. So, like, good on you. Good on you.
Moving into the mountain requires 3, and I don't have any cards. I can't even draw them. Can't even do anything, chat. Can't do nothing. Such a waste of a turn.
I was a little sad that this developer interview did not mention Gloomhaven. Because another game where combat and movement are traded off inside of your deck. Now, Gloomhaven, there's nothing random about your deck building, but it's still a card game with hex tiles. And especially since Digital Gloomhaven has come out before this title. What do we got here? What's going on screen?
So there's a chieftain who's concerned about the village to the north. But we're assuring him that we will investigate post-haste. And as our thanks, as our recompense, I will take some energy. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you better bow. You better bow low, daddy. Sorry, I didn't know what came over me.
Wait, hold on. Those are two different... You can't tell somebody to bow low and call them daddy. Those are two different power dynamics. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Pick one.
All play is valid, Doppel. All play is valid.
Alright.
Alright, there's a landmark here.
Stay in your lane.
Oh, we can buy
Tell us about
stuff.
landmarks, Cram, as you are currently occluding what landmark descriptions are.
Yeah, so some landmarks do special things. In this case, it's a village where we can buy cards. And you did mention, drawing or using some cards, and considering that we need to move out, let's buy some movement cards. When enraged, draw one card, deal damage. This seems useful, so might as well use it. I don't know if that's the right decision, but we will find out later.
So, because you draw 4 cards every turn, right? Anytime you can draw more cards and really get your deck's randomness into your favor, you're going to find that advantageous. But it usually comes at the cost of something else. There's also a ton of stuff on this screen, so I may continue to move us around, or I may just occlude things. Chat, if you see something you really want out of the way, let me know. We'll get you. We'll do that same old nudge we did for Event 44 to dodge his sweet Santa hat that was on his screen.
Oh, that is such a cowardly thing to do. Snaps, how do we catch up to him? I think just
did he run away?
He's trying to, but we're not going to let him. You will face justice, bandit. Hiya! Defeated by the coward you are.
Mahokenshi, I don't think it's a standard word, but it does mean magic samurai or samurai mage.
Oh, that makes sense. Alright, let's use the dash to get up here. Select our card. Fly? What the heck is that? It's a wind barrier. You know
your kami is the Tengu, the winged lords of the mountain.
Oh, we just didn't get to fly for free? That's lame. I'm on my
Which card is that? Wings of Pain?
That's the one. Gain 1 fly. This doesn't do anything for us this turn, so might as well go over here and get our new card. And
Cram is just adding cards.
Dang.
Dash 3 tiles. I can't think of Power Rangers when somebody says Tengu.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think that's very reasonable. The first Power Rangers movie did feature the Tengu warriors.
Oh, really? I got this card a second time. Well, this isn't exactly what I wanted, but it'll do the trick. This, a shrine, destroy cards from your deck. This is a road. That's a hill. That gives me 3 extra attack against his defense. So I think I should dash over here, but I can't get over there.
So while Cram's mathing this one out,
Use 1 card to discard.
I want to talk about David Cicero. So one thing that this guy has is that he's sort of all over the place in a good way. It's called a jack of all trades. This is his Board Game Geek profile because he actually, like, his career is founded in board games. And, you know, that's part of his motivation to bring in cards, you know, a Dominion style reference, hexagons. There's a million games to list out. I thought about writing a few of them down, but in the end I was overwhelmed and couldn't pick. And the game that David Cicero is most famous for is Chronicles of Crime.
Ooh.
So this is where he actually kind of inverted that script and pulled video game elements out of detective games and into board games. And so what he has done inside of tonight's title, Mahokenshi, is flipped that and pushed it back. And so he's trying hard to blend these two media that he really loves, working out of the Game Source studio in France, I think specifically in Paris. That's a slice out of another indie development company. And the whole team that he was working with ended up being approximately 5 people full-time, but they got a lot of help from the parent company in and out. So, you know, keep that in mind. Oh, did you have to just burn a turn?
I didn't, but I pressed the wrong button because I have butterfingers. They're really big and usually work fairly well as dexterous appendages, but not this time, Doppel, not this time.
You know, I forgive you, buddy. That happens to me all the time. Usually you tell me that it's just me, Doppel, being bad at the games, but I'm going to use this instance not exact revenge and instead tell you it's okay.
Taking the high ground, Ari, sure, yeah.
Yeah, specifically taking the high ground in an incredibly transparent way to let people know I'm taking the high ground. Cram's reviews dexterous appendages. Yeah, actually, on the topic of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, that's another one of those nerddoms I have kept on to. Netflix has a fun The Toys That Made Us series. If you haven't seen that, spend 30 minutes and watch the Power Rangers one. It's really informative. It's a lot of fun. It is about the toys, and it's also about Saban and the other people involved in the Power Rangers franchise. Really a pretty fun 30 minutes if you like the series.
Wow, that guy just got wrecked, but also we have dojos now.
Tell me about dojos, Cram.
They let us improve our cards and also improve our deck without lowering the chance of drawing cards we want. So unlike a shrine, which only allows us to discard cards, we can upgrade cards and mess with our deck otherwise. Oh, but that's expensive. You know what? This card I just got looked pretty awesome, so I'm going to upgrade it. And, you know, we probably want a little bit better movement, so let's go ahead and improve that as well. I have no idea how valuable money is, so I'm just going to assume that it grows on trees and keep on buying stuff without any abandon. Oh, I can't dash through there.
Money does not grow on trees.
Are you sure about that?
You're in the tutorial, so you do what you need to do.
Okay.
Speaking of, does it still feel like a tutorial? I want to draw attention to it. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling pretty good about it. But apparently, this dude over here can aggro us from afar, so we are not safe one square away. Oh, he's a mage. Mages are lame, chat. Who would ever want to be a mage?
Yeah, actually, I don't think you'll be able to play with House Topaz today, whose Kami is the Kitsune, but that is the mage character, who's the glass cannon, a lot of complexity, your spell weaver for the Gloomhaven heads in chat. And but I do think, Cram, that you would like that character the most, so I was a little sad when I saw that you kind of unlocked them in order.
I see. How long does it take to complete a route? to conquer Mahokenshi's heart, if you will.
You know, that depends on how fast you are.
I better click faster then. I think we're at the end of this map. Yeah, this is the abandoned village. Yeah, you're not looking too hot there, village. There's a little bit of smoke over here. It's probably not a weed haze either. It's not Austin on 420.
It's not 420. It's not a California 420 thing. So tell us what your options are here. Give us a little of the context from this ghost town. I, meanwhile, will let chat know while you're reading, Cram. They totally streamlined this first level. It took a lot of other players 1 year ago when the first betas were released and the first content was available online, much longer to get through these levels. So keep trucking.
Oh, interesting. So it took the standard format of an event that we've seen this entire time and flipped it on its head. So we now have to contend with these goblins that are attacking this village, quote unquote. And we have literally no energy to stave off their onslaught. Ooh. So we're just gonna get wombo comboed over here for a little bit.
Yeah, dude, you're just gonna get bounced around like a pinball.
Right.
What are you're surrounded by what, 3 people right now? 3 little goblins?
Yeah, 3 gobbly-goop goblins.
Now,
so,
take a look at your hand. You've got 2 commute path ones, which...
Right.
You know, you can still commute while you're in combat. Cram's claimed the higher ground on the mountain, giving him a baseline defense for the next turn. But,
yes, sir.
You know, if you stack your hand with travel cards, you don't really get to swing your axe.
You don't. Both of those cards I drew were pretty good, but I'm not in plane, so I don't get the added benefit of drawing 2 additional cards. So instead, I'm just going to keep on attacking from up here. So what we can do is we can eventually get down to these plains. Oh, that's gonna cost 3. That's gonna rob me of all my energy. Not a good look. So we're gonna get rid of this goblin so that we only have 1 enemy to focus on. And then we're gonna take him out. Basics of the Fire Emblem strategies.
Yes.
Down or go for it.
Discrete math theory teaches us that taking 1 thing off the board is more effective than dishing damage to 2 things still on the board. Do you want to know when I actually learned that in my life, Cram?
Please do tell.
Halo.
Oh.
I learned taking out 1 elite or 1 grunt was better than shooting both of them and then coming back and trying to kill them at the same time. I love my childhood self put it together real quick. It's like, wait, yeah, it's the same amount of damage, but I'm taking fire from 2 shots still. Turns out that's discrete math.
Exactly. And they say discrete math isn't good for anything other than logic and debates.
That's what they say. But, you know, games are a lot of logic, so maybe they're still right.
Yeah, let's use color theory and graph theory to solve Mahokenshi chat. This will be on your final exam. It'll be 25% of your course grade.
Actually, we're going to go back to Matter of Principle and requiz, so.
Kill me.
Okay, so Cram, what is going on screen right now?
Looks like we get to choose some pretty cool cards as sort of an end level. Oh, well, actually, we get all of these new cards as an accomplishment for leveling up. Oh, so when we level up, we get cards.
We don't get cards. Much like Slay the Spire, those cards are added to our collection so that they are available throughout the deck building parts of the title.
I see. And now we have more menus. But it's a.
But what is your collection level, Cram? Cram's collection level is 3, PJ. We just saw that. Read us through what we have here.
We've got a Way of the Mahoken tab, which will let us. I guess it's a practice mode. We've got our main story mode, and then we can look at all the collections we've obtained in another screen that is not here. So
another screen that is not here.
Yep.
Okay.
So these are the challenges. If you want to, I guess. Oh, we already completed this challenge, so I guess we can complete challenges during main missions. Here's the way of the Mahoken that will allow us to improve our Mahokenshi.
Mahokenshi.
Probably do a little bit of that. I guess I don't know what I'm doing, but I might as well do it. And that was the only upgrade we got. Cool, I hope it's a good one.
These are the permanent upgrades in the metagame. So for those of you who, unlike Cram, loved playing Hades because it was a wonderful title, these are the Mirrors of Darkness. And these are the Mirrors of Darkness upgrades.
I see. All right, so in our challenge section here, we got 3 challenges that we need to accomplish. You have to beat the mission. All right.
Nay for both is given. Oh, go for it. Sorry, Cram.
And there's a side quest as well. Interesting. So it looks like we are expanding what sort of activities and options we've got on our game board.
Tainted by corruption serve them as gateway. They must be sealed if the celestial realm is to be saved.
Must be.
And only you have the power to do so.
Man, that's a lot of pressure. I mean, I'm just one really cool Ayaka. Oh yeah, they're all locked. All right.
Yeah, one of the people called you a Ronin. When I say one of the people, yeah, there you go, Vilas. One of the people, another content creator, was calling your character Ronin, and I think that was totally misplaced, because my understanding of a Ronin is that you don't have a house loyalty.
That is correct.
And
you are a wandering. Go for it.
You very much have house loyalty here.
Interesting. Well, you know, we can only help so much in the world of Twitch. We can't correct everyone's misuse of Japanese terms, unfortunately.
You know, it's a toughie out there. Who am I? Who am I to police these things? Oh, actually, I've got...
That's a reference I don't actually get, PJ. Your power level is higher than mine. Alright, thirst for revenge. There are some survivors around the cart. Please help us. Energy or gold? Energy is really useful. Gold is probably not so bad, but I haven't been starved for gold. So I'm gonna go for the energy.
So, but
anger replaces their grief.
But both are one-time use items, and on this turn is when you get the 2 energy. Making a joke that Mandalorian was a Ronin because he's basically based on Lone Wolf and Cub. Okay.
All right. So my side quest is to defeat 8 goblins, and now the game is telling me, hey, Cram, there's a lot of stuff on this game board. You probably want all of it, but is that really a good use of your time? How about you use the features I taught you about to plan out a route that'll accomplish the side quest and get you through this map as speedy as possible? So, looks like go for it.
Cram has a path planning algorithm that he's about to go and embark on. The rest of us are going to do something a little different.
Have fun, kids. Have fun.
We are going to look at our last piece of remote content.
Aww, I like remote content. It makes me feel so good and wholesome and wise.
That's wholesome and wise. That's lovely.
Oh, interesting.
So what I have pulled up here, how about that one piece? You know, may or may not still be on the wheel, PJ. May or not still be on the wheel. What I pulled up here is, which now I recognize in an HDR, which means all of the content I've displayed today is dark on screen. Sorry, chat. Oops.
Oopsies.
Says the guy who got 3 out of 7 right on his Franz test. Yeah, brother, you got some things. Okay, I hadn't heard of Iceberg Interactive before tonight's game, so I wanted to pull them up and ask you in chat and ask you, Cram, if you had seen any of these games before. And I mean, I just don't think I've had the good fortune to run into Iceberg's titles, but there are quite a few. They do not look like they don't look like this is their first year, you know? Railroad Corporation, which you can't see, chat, because it's right here, was cited as one of their larger titles, and I was like, what is Railroad Corporation? Oh, it's Railroad Tycoon. Strange Horticulture is well known. Okay.
I see.
Strange Horticulture being right here.
So we've got 22 turns to complete this map, chat. Otherwise, something horrible happens, which they haven't explained to us. I'm sure it's bad. I'm sure it's really bad, chat.
If you just and then I was thinking that Lord of Rigel might also, Vilos, be something that you've heard of. Let me know if that's the case. But yeah, so they've got quite the library, and I think that thematically they approach games like the Mahokenshi. So if Mahokenshi is something that you're enjoying, maybe checking out Iceberg Interactive is something you should do and looking through their corpus.
Well, I've aggroed 2 goblins now, so things might get a little bit spicy. I'm sure it'll be fine, as I lose a bunch of HP.
We didn't really talk about aggro. And
we didn't.
I do want to talk about it. So each creature has its own aggro distance. Some people can be aggroed from 2 hexes away, some 1, some even further. Once you aggro a character, they will follow you, no matter how far you run. And then they follow some Gloomhaven-like strategies. If they can't get to you, they will get as close as possible. But if they can get to you in a second route, they will go the long way around. So that's a strategy that can be employed.
I see. So I'm going to discard this to gain some extra strength, which I think only matters for this turn. But you know what? Having the strength is nice anyway. Alright. So we have an Oni that's approaching. They said defeating it is optional, but it feels like I'm gonna have to defeat it anyway, because it's gonna come a rumbling for some.
Yep. Once you knock on that door, Killing Floor and Tiny Troopers. I did see the Killing Floor had come to the Switch, but I didn't know that it was Iceberg Interactive.
Oh, that was
President
an
Jefferson
strength.
dropping a watch. So enjoy your game. Calling it an early night. Have a good one. Thanks, Nate, for both.
Thanks,
You have a
BJ.
great night too.
Thanks, Nick, for both, rather. I didn't realize there were two different things there.
Wow, chat is all tied up. We got to play, watch, and pass, all coming in from chat. So it's pretty good.
Indeed. So we're gonna upgrade our card so we can actually fight this Oni that's barreling down towards us. We can actually see its aggro range when we look over the map, or at least its threat range, I think is a more accurate way to describe it. So we're going to use that information to tiptoe closer. Fire Talisman. Tiptoe closer to it.
Have we gotten a unanimous play yet on any games? Well,
I think we have.
I'm going to define that in 2 ways, PJ. First, chat as a collective. And second, all of chats. So chat as a collective, absolutely. Lost in Play, which we raved about during the demis, received a play from Cram, a play from Doppel, and a play from chat. Now, I will take the next minute to go and find out whether or not all members of chat rated that game a play or not.
Interesting. So we're not actually aggroing Big Duty yet. I thought we would, but that's not the case. But we have restored our HP, so I think next turn, it probably makes sense to fight the Oni. We have eliminated a good number of enemies around the area. So I think
Tiny
it's
Troopers
time.
is at 60 cents right now. Oh my god. That's a steal.
Ha. Unfortunately, we can't get the jump on him.
Also, we have a lot of stats for reviews from chat and the demo duo now. So I can answer this question in kind of an absurd way. But let me get to what I said I would.
All right, we're gonna whack you for some good damage. How'd you like that? You seem to shrug it off pretty well. Please don't hurt me. I have a wife and kids. Please spare me. That's a lie, chat. I'm only saying that to make him drop his guard.
To make him drop his guard. Yeah, the Oni cares, Cram. Cares deeply.
I'm just saying, you can't judge, he's a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy, you know?
I do, yeah. You really have to ask who let him into heaven to begin with, because we are in the Celestial Isles, the place of the gods. I found out that maybe it was in the developer interview, or maybe it was some other piece of Japanese lore I was reading, that when you invoke the power of a kami, you slowly assume physical characteristics of that kami, because like you're bleeding in to their existence. So like the Tengu, you slowly start to grow like feathers and stuff.
I see.
Isn't that weird? What
Pretty
a weird
cool.
way to like kind of rate limit your invocation of your god's powers.
Right. Yeah, let's buy some cards. Gain energy. Oh, but we have to draw 2 cards.
Sorry,
Lose
you have
health
to
in
draw
exchange.
2 cards? Is that what you
Or
said?
discard 2 cards to gain energy.
Weird. Super weird.
This reminds me a little bit of Gloomhaven in the reverse way, where they wanted to make a card game, but all they knew how to do was to program a video game, so they made that instead. Whereas in Gloomhaven, he wanted to make a video game, but he only knew how to make a board game, so he did that instead.
There is a little bit of that, I grant you, but also Gloomhaven Digital makes so much more sense that maybe he got it right here too, that making the video game kind of does make sense. You know what? I was wrong. Chat gave Lost in Play a watch.
What? Chad, I'm disappointed. We need to have a conversation.
And so now I'm in the weeds here. What was the one game? I think. Okay. Yes. A Plague Tale Requiem? Plague Tale Requiem. Chat collectively gave it a play as the demo duo. Ooh, here's another one. As Dusk Falls. Actually, As Dusk Falls is the closest to a unanimous play that we have.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
And then another one. Yeah, As Dusk Falls. Chat, you're actually the toughest. In Rift Tracks. Rift Tracks.
Oh. Man, there's just no way to please chat sometimes. It's not enough to tell a few jokes, not enough to make an entertaining game out of it. Well, Rift Tracks is actually pretty entertaining in itself. Maybe it's enough to just have a good game. Maybe it's just enough to have a good game.
Here's some trivia, chat. What was the first game we started tracking chat reviews for?
Oh, only true demo doers will get this one.
I mean, we got a lot of the faithful, loyal to the wheel, if you will. We have a lot of those loyal to the wheel in chat right now, so I think that this is the best place.
Loyal to the wheel. Makes it sound like a cult.
I'm sorry. That means we have tax status, right? Colts?
I guess it
Speaking
does.
of Colts.
Dude, we just brutalized the crap out of that goblin. He got deleted.
No, that's okay, PJ. I actually don't think we ever talked about this. Hey, Shani. I don't think we ever talked about when we started recording chat reviews, but the answer is Rogue Legacy 2. And that is when we started recording chat reviews as a collective, as a single like voting body. And once the Demo Duo website is up, we will form a score based on all of the play watch passes that we can then submit to Metacritic. I have dreams, chat. I have dreams.
I have a dream that one day we will be able to accurately report what you rated a particular game at a particular time. I have a dream.
I have a dream. You want to know what game we all rated a pass? That one's probably way easier to answer.
Yeah. as Kyle Drogo mentioned during the demis, by the way, we're working on uploading that one to YouTube. It's hopefully in 2023, that'll be a little bit harder to guess. Hopefully it'll be a little bit harder
Will
to
You
guess.
Snail was more highly reviewed than Babylon's Falls. Will You Snail was more highly reviewed than Babylon's Falls. Also, more highly reviewed than Digimon Survive. Although, PJ, you are the only person who gave Digimon Survive a play.
Oh, wow. That is not a club I want to be a part of.
I think that's fair. I want to let folks know that we are well aware of the shutdown date of the Babylon Falls server, should that information ever come in handy. We are well aware of that information.
Do I need to do anything special when it comes to these talismans?
New character!
Hey, Kaito!
Yay!
A serious threat casts a shadow over the realm. The enemies you just faced were no mere outlaws. They are rabid monsters, summoned by an evil cult that is dead set on destroying the islands we call home. You will need my help if you want to see your mission through.
It would be my honor
All right.
to join your struggle.
Dang, that's a lot of new missions. Scorching Menace, the Goblin Swarm, and the Cult Conspiracy. But before we do that, I'm going to just click these because I don't know what's good yet.
The way of humility, the way of valor. Let me slide us around here. Let's get back down here to the bottom of the screen.
Interested. I think talismans are going to be OP, so I'm going to go for that
This
one.
looks like Sekiro right now. Yeah, again, you know, we saw it firsthand. The game developer said there are a lot of Japanese lovers in France.
I mean, every time you say that, it just sounds so wrong.
I know. And he didn't mean it that way, and he means it in such an innocent sense. See, chat, this is me doing what you do to me. I say innocent things, and you take it out of context, and you turn it all up on its head.
Who hurt you, Doppel?
Chat hurt me. Tram hurt me.
So mean.
Oh, man.
What did I do?
The same thing Chad does. You take it all out of context and make it all uninnocent.
I would never do that to my best friend. I would never give my best friend scary horror games to play on the wheel either.
Yeah, never.
These are complete fabrications.
Best friend of me. Most susceptible to my bad choices. So another fun fact is that a couple weeks ago we had a bot invade. And, you know, he was offering us to pay for followers and other things. Actually, I'll let this exposition go.
Gems, and has unleashed a blazing Oni to retrieve them. Stop it from reaching the castle.
This Oni is on fire.
Ooh, that's good.
Thanks. All right, Kaito, let's do it.
Thought you wanted to become famous. Yeah, he did too. And so we banned him, and his account doesn't exist. Now we have unknown user has followed you. It's pretty funny. I love this growing experience we're coming through. Speaking of, if you haven't, we're pushing out a lot more TikTok content, a lot more YouTube Shorts content right now. We're trying to capture some of the big highlights. Let us know what you love to see, and we will try to make sure that we get that kind of stuff clipped and out to y'all.
That's right. Wow. Leave it to a samurai to trample upon poor villagers. This is why the samurais get such a bad rap in anime.
Wait, what is the card do? Tell me more.
Trample. We can charge an enemy that's within 3 of us, and we deal 6 damage to every enemy we run over. That sounds really useful, actually. But so does this. Man, but this lets us move.
Draw 1 card and deal 8 damage. That's huge.
But this is a secret movement card too.
Oh
you're
my
God,
totally
that's
right.
pretty awesome. Right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they were all great cards. To be fair, they were all great cards.
How is that a common card? Vilas asked.
Right?
And I think
common.
No. I think we have a pass a watch and a play, and I just don't remember if it was Vilas or PJ who gave this a play. It was Vilas who gave this a play. So Vilas, what are you liking about it? Give me a one sentence like zinger that you're like, hey, besides the Japanese lovers thing.
Give us a non-weeb reason why you like this game.
No, I mean, the weeb reason's fine. I'm just making my joke again. Is it funny yet? Is it funny? If I say it another time, does it get funnier?
Maybe try a third time.
I'm at like 6, bro. I'm way past 3s. Okay, so you're playing Kaito, who's of House Sapphire. His kami is Appa, representing the lakes and the rivers, so fresh water, very important to life. But he's also like the slowest moving of the units, despite this incredible card you picked up. And
apparently so.
And
I thought I couldn't actually defeat. Sorry, go for it.
His thing is just brute force. So like, I think it's interesting. They start you off with Ayaka of House Ruby, but really this most straightforward character to play is probably Kaito.
Interesting. Well, I do like that they went for giving this nuance over simplicity. It at least requires us to use a little bit of thinking, you know?
Yeah. Again, the developer wanted you to feel like you were playing the game right away. And I actually think they accomplished that pretty well, because normally we experience you're finally coming out of the tutorial screen. And like, it kind of got that, but it was pretty smooth. I mean, it blended it with the art style. Speaking of...
And actually, this seems pretty awesome. We actually finished the tutorial within the first level. So when we ended the first level, we never even got like tutorial over screen or anything like that. It was just like, yeah, you're playing the game now. Go have fun.
Yeah. Vilos writes, love me tactics, but it looks just right and very quick and easy to get into. I think they accomplished the quick and easy part. I'm going to put it out there.
Oh, okay.
I have to reserve some of my opinions because chat seems to think that I'm just a cards lackey, and I need to hold on to that.
I agree with chat. I'm sorry, Doppel. I'm definitely with chat on this one. I apologize, Doppel. I love you though.
Man, I'm sophisticated too.
I believe you, Doppel.
You should accept yourself for who you are.
We love you regardless of who you are, Doppel.
But like, bro, have you played Snap? Bro, have you played it? This is actually an auto roasting session where I talk about it. Talk about Snap. Yeah, actually, I wanted to know what If Rabbits Could Fly, who was the first human being I had seen type Marvel Snap over at the Party Invite channel, and send it some praise. I'm curious if they've stuck with it. But can we be Snap Bros together? First off, yes. Second off,
Snap Bros. That's a great name.
If you have watched, have not joined, have not seen Mischief's Theater's Peter Pan Goes Wrong, there's a scene where someone is pretending to be the crocodile chasing after Captain Hook, and that actor goes, snap, 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 snap. So that's actually how I read Marvel Snap in my head.
That's pretty
99% sure he's still playing it. Nice. My collection level is not as high as I want it to be, but embarrassingly high, so.
That's okay, Doppel. Wait! No, that's awesome. This card is amazing. So normally you can't traverse water, but with that card...
That is broken!
Not even a problem. Right? This goblin was literally going to walk all the way around here to reach me, and instead I just teleported behind him and just stuck a sword through his back.
Dude, your character is not supposed to be this mobile. Like...
I'm sorry, I didn't read that part of the tutorial.
I think you might be able to
jump
that gap with the Oni, right?
With that card? Maybe.
Dude, you won't.
Oh my god.
You won't.
I'll try. All right. I guess we just whack this goblin. We'll gain some defense so he doesn't chew through our HP. And then we'll end our turn. I might as well use this, actually. Oh, I wasn't even expecting that to be an option. Cool. So I was prepared to just lose a whole bunch of HP that turn, but and gain a little bit of energy, but I actually got a really useful card to up my defense even more. But this time around, we have to break through this goblin's chonky 9 defense.
That's a big shield.
That is a lot. I think this will be enough, and then this should finish him off. Actually, it's not going to finish him off.
I wanted to say earlier that there are over 200 hearts made with the heartfelt art, right? And so pretty impressive scale, again, for a smaller indie game. And, you know, I think that when we played Daddy Dating Simulator, the Dad Rector's Cut, there were more people on that project full time than this one. Pretty sure.
Wow. Dang. Game Grumps getting on their own small development team, I see.
Yeah. It was a lot to take on when the Game Grumps did that. But, you know, good for the Grumps. Good for the Grumps.
Good for them.
Yeah, Mischief Theater, Arrested Development. There's some references. There's some lore. Snap, snap.
Well, we don't actually gain anything by dashing out of the forest. We're just gonna stay here.
But PJ, once the friends list comes up in Marvel Snap, well, obviously, let's be friends. But the other question there is, are we gonna enjoy playing against each other? That might hurt the Snap Snap Bros collective.
It might. Is that what you're calling yourselves?
Snap, snap.
None of these cards are really gonna let me do a lot of damage against this enemy, so I'm really just cycling through my deck over here.
You wanna?
And I can't cycle anymore.
You better limit your cards to pool too. We don't even know if I'm good. We just know I have more cards. Chances are I'm not. I'm not good because I'm not an infinite. Yeah. So, Cram, what are you doing? What's this deck you're building? More cards equals more gooder. Yeah. Okay.
I was basically meleeing a pretty chunky, or what would be the right word? An elite zombie to death. It took a while, but we eventually got it. And now I'm on my resuming my march to get to here before that gets to here. And it looks like we'll probably make it. First, I'm going to use the most broken movement ability in the game, apparently, and just deal a surprise attack against these enemies.
Nice.
And then I'm just going to defense up and be an unassailable bulwark of power.
You got 20 minutes to get to the Pacific, Graham. He's right. He's got you honest.
That might happen, actually. That might happen.
All right. Let's see. There was something else I wanted to discuss. Oh, so the enemies will follow you in combat, right? They will try to kill you. They are stupid in the sense that killing you is more important than their self-preservation. And so for that reason, you can lead them into the plains out of the mountains.
Silly zombies. I just defeated 2 zombies in 1 turn.
Delete.
Holy cow.
Delete.
Yeah, this dude is pretty strong for a level 1, I'll say. Pretty strong for level 1. Yeah, let's go get this thing.
So you can also commute 1 energy per tile without using a card. Cram just generally has good cards on him.
Exactly. You spend 2 when you move through a forest, so that's why you see me using the dash cards very often. But we have a sinister man in front of us. We have to defeat the Oni before it destroys the village, and we get a base stat increase if we do. Wait, there are 2 Onis now? I thought you meant the other Oni!
Cram.
Oh my god.
Cram. But to me, Cram, you are the Oni one.
Dude, is that it? That's it? That's all you got? Boo this man, chat. Boo this man.
Valentine's Day is like 3 weeks out. I got nothing on that.
Wow. Fair enough, fair enough. I would have gone for it too. Alright, we are stocked up on cards, which is great because there's nothing around us. We can't do anything right now.
Got a health potion in front of you. Top tier joke.
Might as well do this. Alright, let's... Oh, it's poison. Ooh, he's getting really close.
Ooh, they're both coming. Oh man, inflicts 3 vulnerability. You got a status coming up, bro. You're in combat.
Is that his movement for the next turn or his aggro range? I'm gonna say that's his aggro range. Can I defeat this dude in 2 turns though?
Uh-oh.
I don't think I can.
We don't even have any deaths, do we?
We don't. Chat, things are gonna get dicey, chat. So what's going to happen is I'm going to aggro both of these Onis and fight everyone all at once. That's what I'm about to do, chat.
Oh, that makes sense. Bring them into the mountain scram where their numbers count for nothing.
Exactly. Oh, I'm still not close enough? Oh, no, I don't have enough money or enough energy to use it. Yeah, let's gain some defense. And then let's end our turn for now. Yeah, we have to go rush that other Oni.
Wow, you defended all of that, though.
I did. This dude is a tank. How can I get there in time? So I can use... Okay, I think we're good.
Well, isn't the where's the village tile that you're trying to defend?
Down here. Gain 1 energy per 5 defense. You have 0 lose all defense.
No, I don't know about that. That seems...
What's the spike?
I think the spike is like the thorns and Slay the Spire. So that's your mirror shield kind of stuff. Back at him.
I see. Yes, sir. Now, is there a way I can move here?
Oh, it's getting dicey.
Ooh,
it's getting dicey.
I might lose a lot of health this turn. But I needed to aggro that Oni.
Ooh,
assuming this does aggro
poison.
Oh.
He's coming for you, dude.
All right,
he has your number.
We're gonna... It's time to use our big brain. It's time to use all... Oh, dang. Let's get rid of the adverts. Oh my god, we have no defense, or we have no card modifiers. That's unfortunate. Oh, this is a hill. We don't even get a defense modifier.
Hey, Bats. How are you? We're good.
Bats, hello. You're just in time to watch me die for the first time in this game.
Tonight was a doubleheader, Bats. We had a Matter of Principle black and white visual novel from about...
That's so much damage.
About World War I, not from World War I. Followed by a
so much HP.
A very bright and colorful Mahokenshi, where you can see Cram is getting his butt kicked.
Yeah, things are not going very well right now.
Just vibing, says
Not
Bats.
at all.
Just vibing. Yeah, Cram is trying to unlock the Fox Lady God before the demo ends tonight, but yeah, you know, we'll see what happens
before the demo ends tonight.
Yeah, you know, the game is pretty artfully crafted. Reminds me of that animal game that is similar to this. What animal game is that, friend?
Yeah, we're not going to consume our one and only means to survive in this.
Oh.
You gain more health?
Yeah, dude.
Why do you gain more health? I think we want to do this. I think having defense is more
Maybe you
important
should get
than
on the
having-
bridge where you can only be attacked from one direction. Just saying.
You might, but then there are these guys who are going to attack me from behind.
Are they? Are you in their aggro range? Yes. The answer is yes.
Not yet, but yeah, as soon as I step into the bridge, they're going to come at me too.
Okay, so you're actually just surrounded. It's not valuable at all.
Yeah.
We played a hex
you know
tessellated card game back in 2021 when we played Rogue Book, Maybe it was 2022, early 2022.
Oh, that was the wrong decision. There was a goblin.
You're gonna die.
It's okay. We're fine, chat. We're fine. We're cooking. We're cooking. Let's try to get rid of this dude, though. Let's deal some damage to that dude, and that's... I think we're dead this turn, actually, chat. I think we're dead this turn.
I'll just prime the add death.
There's 5. There's 23. And there's 11. Wow. Rip. Yeah, I did die game. Good observation. Good observation game. I did die.
You know what I like, though?
I think I'm pretty dead there.
You died.
Yeah, the part where I died?
No, it just like shows that the game requires thought. And that like you're not just gonna breeze through this title. Like you gotta be here for it. You did make it to level 2.
I got rewarded for losing, chat.
So it is not a roguelike, but it has elements of that, right? Like if you lose, you had restart the general level at scale, but you are still completing a linear set of missions to move forward. Actually, oh, shoot. Can you exit back to that screen for a second?
Sure.
You can save scum though. Yeah, that's a good point. So before you give that level a retry, because we got about maybe 10, 15 minutes left in this demo, I wanted to walk through the characters here. So if you start with Ayaka, House Ruby, Tengu as the god. This character is a berserker style player. Sacrifice your health. To fly, sacrifice your health to increase damage. Then we have Kaito, House Sapphire. God, again, the kami is the Kappa, water god. Don't say my name like that.
Wow.
A lot of defense, a lot of reflection, and then again, brute force. That is what's happening here. Okay. Sota, House Jade. Can you not even highlight that one?
Nope, unfortunately not.
Okay, House Jade. This is the spider kami. The kami's name is Ogomo. Ogomo being like poison attack from the back. So this character is stealth and backstabbing, right? And then at the far right is everyone's favorite, House Topaz.
The Kitsune.
The Kitsune being the kami for them. This is all magic, trickery, and specifically status effects. So that character is probably the most complicated, but I would actually say that Kaito is the simplest, so the second character that we've unlocked here. And those are the 4 people that you end up playing throughout this game. I think actually they did a pretty good job here. If they were successful financially, this is a great place to add a DLC, right? There's still a little bit of room to squeeze another character onto this screen.
DLC in characters, DLC in cards. The options are truly endless.
I think cards would, maybe. That seems tough.
So I don't need to rush that fast in order to reach the village before the Oni, and the Oni will aggro me. So I can, now that I know the future or past, or the past future, I can use it to my advantage, chat. Surrounded, gain 3 spike. I think this is useful. It doesn't sound like this only happens once per turn. It sounds like it's a permanent thing, so I'll probably keep that on me.
So one thing I would call attention to, Cram, is you took every card you could get your hands on last play of this map. Now, there's the issue with that strategy is that you may have several turns before you recycle your deck, right? And get to that big hit. So, one of the big criticisms of the game Roguebook, actually, that we demoed, was that the decks just grew and grew and grew, and there was never really a downside to that. Whereas one of the things that people love about, Slay the Spire is that deck curation is really important while you're building the deck along the way. And so you removing cards from the deck, increasing the odds of drawing the cards that you want, really important. So one suggestion moving through this second round is to think about your card count, think about how many cards you draw per turn, and see when you go to fight that big fire Oni if you're going to have a consistent kind of damage dealing or defense. Also, if you can jump that gap and stop being a kuku-kacha, that'd be tight.
I don't know if I can, but I did get the Champo card, as you just saw, so I'm prepared for it if the opportunity does arrive. We're just gonna keep dashing through here, gaining defense as we go.
If you had the heart of the cards, you don't need deck curation. That's totally true, PJ.
I guess that's
But
true.
I need a heart of the cards transplant.
Alright, so Spike looks like it returns the damage I get dealt back to the enemy that dealt it, which is
Wait,
pretty cool.
permanently? Like for the duration of the level?
It only happens, or regain, it's like a charge. It's a counter charge, basically.
Oh, I see. It is. It's a okay. It's spendable. It's spendable. When Double got his grandpa's deck, he was like, "These cards are garbage." that might be true. I might have thrown away Exodia just because.
Man, how could you treat Exodia like that?
I think we've discussed this. I have a box of Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh cards from my youth, just sitting. What am I supposed to do with that? Am I just supposed to throw away those memories? I mean, I don't want to hoard. Don't need the extra stuff. At least if you threw it away, the bad guy couldn't do it. That's fair.
Exactly.
The bug guy. The bug guy.
Weevil, that's his name.
Yeah.
Alright, can we get to that Oni? We might be able to if you could dash all the way to the edge.
You need to put those.
We don't have enough energy to do that, though.
PJ, put them in a time capsule. They are quite clearly a time capsule themselves.
Ooh, I see. So we do that, and then we do this. And because it was fatal, we get to upgrade a card in our deck. Might as well upgrade this one since we use it so much.
That makes sense. Time capsuleception. It happens that way. It happens that way.
Ooh, he came closer.
Man, if you can make that jump, I will be the happiest camper.
We've got 6 cards in our draw pile. We might not even draw the card we need.
But you
know
might
what?
draw it second next turn, right?
Yeah, so we're going to camp over here.
Please.
And let's see what
Please.
happens.
Come on, come on, come on.
Wait a second. No,
it won't let
it's some other enemy. No, it won't let me.
That makes perfect
Wait, what?
sense, but also breaks my damn heart. Oh my god.
This is the... Yeah, that is... I'm pretty sure that's also 1, 2, 3. I think it might actually be out of range. I think I need him to be over here.
Oh wait, you have to hit him?
Yeah, I have to hit him.
Wait, just wait your turn then.
I don't think you'll get close
and
enough.
you'll lose this card anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, thanks for trying, pal.
Oh my god. Well, thanks to that zombie for also trying because he got wrecked.
Dude, it's a
Holy
pretty powerful one.
Yep. Deal 8 damage. Ooh, gain defense. We were lacking defense the last time.
That's
Chad.
deal damage, inflict
I'm good,
weakness,
everyone.
and defense. Like that's a big card. All right, your deck is 12 now, which means you have 3 turns to cycle through.
That is true. That is true.
Why is Graham like the same HP he was the last time he was here? Yeah, I mean, you're watching the man. He has patterns, Vilos. He has patterns.
I have patterns. What can I say?
Which means he might lose this the second time too. You got under maybe somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes left in this demo, my friend.
Gotcha.
Chat.
You know what we can do though?
If you haven't
We can destroy some cards.
left your review yet, I know Bats, you joined a little late, and if you haven't left your review, give us a play, watch, or pass. Let us know how you're feeling about Mahokenshi.
I have no idea what this means, to be honest with you. We're just gonna get rid of it. I don't understand you.
Ooh,
Alright, we'll get the health potion.
Nice. Oh yeah.
So that way,
There it is.
yep. So this is what triggered that Oni to spawn from down there. We'll probably trigger it again because I ain't no cow.
You're gonna do it? Oh, no worries,
I'm gonna
Bats.
do
I
it.
changed the commands mid-year anyway, so it ain't no thing.
Oh, I don't even have enough money to upgrade my cards, do I? I don't.
You keep spending your money.
I do. This is the first time I've out of money to spend, to be honest with you. Oh man, this goblin's gonna keep following me around, isn't it? So lame. Alright, we're gonna use this. Get our spike on.
Get your spike on. Get your spike on.
We're going to go over here. And then we're going to whack all of y'all.
Wow.
And then we're going to upgrade a card.
Big damage.
That's a turn. That's how you play games, chat. That's how you play games, chat.
Man's talking like he's giving a lecture. Let's see if he survives. You guys want to? Y'all want to use this prediction function? Yeah, let's do it.
Man, that was a lot of damage, chat. I feel like, is this guy supposed to be survivable? I feel like we're dying faster as this character than any other character.
Are we?
Yeah, we, as in the two of us, because we're in this together, right, Doppel?
Yeah, of course. I've got this prediction. Wait, it takes channel points? Oh.
Yep. Wait, it does? Interesting.
Streamers.
Oh, yeah, because it's like a bet.
Streamers can't cast predictions on their own channels. What? I feel robbed.
That's a big L. That's a big L.
Oh, okay. And the prediction only lasts 30 seconds by default. Yeah, okay. That's something special.
Oh man, we need some more HP again, chat, somehow.
It's because you just soak up damage with this character. You're just like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Strength and defense. I'll just keep taking these hits.
Yeah, we remember you. We remember you.
I remember when Cram lost his mind. There's something really special about that day.
Play introduce targets defense by 15 first. Interesting. I think we need more defense, so we're gonna go with that option. And we're gonna call it a turn. We're going to rush for this elf potion as fast as we can.
Ooh, boy, are we. We got a big wheel for you coming up, too.
Alright, how can we get there? Can we even get there? We can get there. So that takes 2, then 3, then 4. We're gonna dash onto this, gain some gold, and then we're going to walk over here, get some HP, and then we can't do anything else. So what we should do is
you can jump.
Consider
you can jump the mountain though, because there's like
we can.
Yeah, there's somebody on the mountain there.
Yeah, we're going to.
Oh, that's not it.
Yeah, we're gonna go down here. We're going to fight these enemies here.
Chat, can you see where I'm pointing? Cram, can you see where I'm pointing? Well,
oh yeah, I can.
It was there.
Oof.
Get him. Sick 'em, Rex.
That's sick 'em, Rex. Alright, let's gain some defense. Let's gain some spike. And I guess we'll literally do
pretty good animations. Like, definitely delivering the point.
Right.
Graham is...
Oh, we'll be fine, chat. We'll be fine.
Graham is playing Mahokenshi tonight on PC. It is currently only available on PC, but definitely strikes me as something that's looking forward to a port to other places. Both because of the playstyle being, you know, pretty ready for a touch screen, I imagine, and also because when we were talking about Iceberg Interactive earlier, they've done a lot of their stuff to ports. Yeah, I think it'll come to Switch, Philos. And Philos, I hope your wish list has a Steam Deck on it. I feel like that's in your soul.
For sure, for sure. So I want to get rid of this goblin, but it doesn't look like we will be able to do so. But this does 30 total damage, whereas I'm gonna go for the damage. Let's do it, chat. Let's risk it all.
Remember, we think he's gonna die.
I'm not dying against these 3 folks. I'll be fine against these 3.
It would be, but thinking
But I will take a lot of
PS5
damage.
this year. Given the banger PlayStation exclusives, I cannot, I can't say that's a bad idea.
Oh, well, I guess this is also our only option. So we're just going to do this again and defeat 2 enemies at once.
Oh, nice. Baller.
Right? Weren't you just saying something about me dying?
Yeah, I know. I was
a few seconds
talking
ago.
smack like very recently. However, you might think this is a redemption arc, but you still have a big fire Oni to beat up, so...
I still do have a big fire to beat up. I can actually take out this goblin first that's been hounding me for the entire game.
No, let him come to you. Don't step backwards, man.
But I can eliminate him outright.
So another fun fact about hexagons is that you cannot walk in a straight line in all directions. If you want to head in this game, you can go east-west in a straight line, but actually going directly north, you kind of zigzag, right? So.
Oh, that's gonna be so useful. What else do we want to upgrade? That gave us more defense when we upgraded it, which means this will too, which is going to be pretty useful against that Oni that does oodles of damage.
Let's go. Let's see it.
So we're going to not move because we don't have enough points.
What's that math?
But we're here for the Oni. Right?
Yucky.
Alright, so we want to fight this Oni in a place that's advantageous. So I think we're going to go over to this mountain and chill out here.
Another thing that is worth drawing attention to is since the first content was made available for this game publicly, they shortened the level lengths. So the idea that we're getting through several levels and even retrying another level in an under 2-hour demo is a testament to, I think, some internal feedback that levels needed to happen a little quicker. I don't know that for sure. I didn't read that anywhere, but I'm noticing that the game picks up its pace. So versus what I saw in my research. I think you've got
this Oni also has spike damage. I'm not sure actually.
Oh my god, Cram.
This Oni spike damage is legit.
Cram. Buddy.
Yeah.
Come on. Give the people what they want. This is
I'm trying.
in overage. I just don't know how I play all the games this year. Yeah, Vilos, you have an ambitious schedule. And,
right.
I hope the wheel gives you some joy when you see a game come up on the wheel and you're like, yeah, that game looks nice. But also, I hope the wheel doesn't give you pain when you're like, oh my god, yet another game I want to play. Oh.
So I did that just to gain the defense and also to gain the land advantages. And the reason why I wanted the defense is because this Oni deals spike damage back to me. This is going to be close, chat. This is going to be close. This might be a double KO, but I don't think the game has the concept of double KOs.
No, I doubt it. Let's go. Let's see it.
Man.
Let's see it. I want to see the list, Vilos. Oh, Vilos has like 50 JRPGs on his list.
Dang, I want to see that list. I want to see the futility of ever wanting, of ever completing it.
The side effect of being a demoduo fan is gaining the power of an infinite backlog. Yeah, there's a blog post. There it is. I did. What I was gonna say is PJ, you may or may not appreciate. Nice work, Cram. Let's get some chants in chat for Cram. Get some chance.
Give it up to Kaito, honestly. That was all Kaito's job. That was all Kaito's doing. Well, not all Kaito's doing, but Man. Defeat the coal prophets who summoned the demon. Defeat the burning Oni some distance away from the village. I feel like I'm going to have to be a really high level in order to accomplish all of those challenges.
Maybe. Or just take time.
Mm-hmm.
Which talisman do you take? Oh, you got them both.
Yep. I don't know how to equip them though.
All right. Well, I think that they're at your here you go. Each mission with your starter deck and adapts your deck as you go. Oh, you unlock soda.
Oh,
Graham,
nice.
if you hadn't lost that one whole cycle, you would have gotten to House Topaz.
We would have.
Man. Misaki. Yeah. You would have gotten to Misaki. That's the L.
Sometimes we can't please them all, chat. We can't please them all,
All right,
chat.
my friend, bring up some credits. And let's see what's up. Do you have the list in a document somewhere? Oh, what I was gonna say is that we will be implementing a backlog system once we have our rest of our stuff going. So it's all part of the plan.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, it's a pretty big, ambitious plan. But eventually you'll never need to leave the demoduo community to know what games you should play, shouldn't play, have played, want to play. We will tell you everything. We will know you better than you know yourself, chat.
To the Discord.
We will know when you sleep.
My full backlog is an Excel sheet of the last 3 years.
Oh my god.
That is impressive. I feel like some of those games need to be given the Play Watch Pass treatment, Vilos.
You're right.
Clean it out a little bit, just a smidge, just like my box of old game cards. But Cram, an important question I have to ask you, as these credits are rolling by so fast.
Right.
Cram, you played it about 90 minutes of Mahokenshi. Are you a Play Watch or Pass?
I'm actually a pretty strong play.
A strong play?
Been a while. Yeah. It's everything about the game works. The graphics are nice. Not thinking too hard about things is also actually a pretty viable way to play. When you do need to crunch your brain a little bit harder to get through fighting 2 Onis and a bunch of ads and not dying, and like that razor finish at the end, like that's a pretty satisfying feeling. And then obviously the combat feels pretty good. The fact you can stack up abilities and attacks to use one after another, so it feels like you're almost in a weird Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories sort of cosplay. It all comes together pretty well. Like, it's simple, it's effective. This is a game's game. So shout out to the studio for making this nice.
You have a little bit of latency on you right now. Don't know why you and not me, given the distances, but I am really I'm happy. I'm happy this game stoked you enough for a strong play. That's awesome. Do you have a question to ask me?
I do. You've watched me suffer, triumph, suffer again, and then triumph spectacularly. In that hour and a half, are you a play, a watch, or a pass?
Wow. Yeah. So actually, I was a little bit afraid because I was like, okay, card game.
I did suffer strain, Bats. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was like, card game, hexes. Like, all right, kind of like, yeah, what's going on? And then I did my research, and I was like, oh my god, this is painfully slow. And I was watching other playthroughs of the early content at a high speed. And what I'm seeing here is they fixed whether or not you were just bum rushing a game, which isn't usually your style, so I don't think that was what's happening. But
I was going a little bit speedy.
Yeah, it's fair. But it felt so much faster today that I was like, oh, well, my main concern with this title is like totally evaporated. And that's the biggest delta between initial content and live content that I've seen. If Graham likes cards so much, why don't you snap at it, huh? Hearthstone, never met him. But I am a play. I think that there are some things in this title in the meta that need better explanation, but I think overall it's got a fine core gameplay mechanic. Now that I can see the levels are moving at about 20 minutes a level, like I'm pretty happy with that pacing. So I'm a play. Congratulations to the Game Source studio and everybody else for putting together a title like this. Like, you know, Clearly a passion project.
Well done.
And they did bring in those mechanics from the board game world into the digital world and do so with success.
Pretty well.
So I think that's worth talking about.
In the best way, it kind of felt like playing One Finger Death Punch, which, Chad, if you've never played that game, easily worth a $5 asking price. Where I'm just like, this is fun in the purest sense.
Yeah. And with that, we move on to some folks' favorite part of the show. And that, my friends, is the wheel. Now, Cram, tonight you own the wheel, once you've added some titles on here that I find absolutely questionable. But that's the power of the wheel. Chat, I want to tell you that January is not a good month for new games.
It turned out not to be.
Wait, what? Oh no, Forspoken, I've heard not so good things. Yeah, it's tough. But with that said, let's just get started. The chat.
Yeah.
Tonight, chat is filled with regulars. Let's go through and just hit this wheel for what it's worth.
Yeah, let's hit it up. You know the one. Chad. We're all millennials. Well, some of us are millennials. Some of us are a little bit younger. But regardless of your age, you've probably heard of SpongeBob SquarePants, who lives in a pineapple under the sea with his best friends Gary and Patrick. Well, now thanks to the folks at THQ Nordic, you too can experience SpongeBob in 3 dimensions. This is going to be a pretty interesting platformer adventurous title where you go through crazy scenarios in the SpongeBob universe. You'll have Patrick floating around with you, giving you nice quips. Well, whatever Patrick considers quips to be. And of course, you'll get to see the cast of Bikini Bottom in an all-new light. So if you're a fan of or if you like the idea of the Rick and Morty game, but you wanted to have a little bit of a PG twist to it, this game's for you. SpongeBob SquarePants, the Cosmic something. It's a really long title. Yeah. It's too long a title.
Yeah, the Cosmic Shake.
There it is. There. It's 3 lines. 1, I'm glad the programming was able to handle that. But 2, why is it so many lines?
Bats, I don't know if THQ Nordic has done other SpongeBob games. Cram will be able to tell you that if SpongeBob is what's picked for next week's game, though.
True.
Congratulations on potentially owning yourself and having to do a bunch of SpongeBob research, sir.
I'm just saying, Squidward is all of our spirits animals.
Well, 1, we don't use that phrase because we're not indigenous peoples, but it's your fursona, my friend. It's your fursona.
Persona.
There it is.
My mollusk sona?
I don't know.
Would that be the more...
you figure that out. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, we have... I'll jump out here a bit.
Ooh, it is the one I think it is.
Yeah, so, except, is it not playing? Okay, it's just a really long one. All right, Peggy 12. An absolutely bad rating for the amount of scantily clad women that are present in this title. But it is One Piece, and join the Straw Hat crew. This, if I play it, it would be the first time I'm engaging with this material at all, period. I haven't touched it. And we are on a standalone RPG adventure set in the One Piece world where you're part of the One Piece gang. And I don't know. I mean, we're pirates. I like that idea. But that's all I know about these people. So separate from your crew, Luffy sets off on a grand new adventure to find his friends and escape the island. Did I say his name wrong? Is that why you're laughing at me?
Could you give that one more try? Just give one more try.
Luffy?
2 more tries. It's Luffy. It's Luffy.
It's literally the word fluffy. It's without all the letters. It's not Luffy. Get out of here with that.
Man.
We live in different worlds.
PJ
I love
and
it.
Vilas enjoyed that one.
Yeah. All right. For this next one, I'm going to give you the last one on the list.
We love you, Doppel. We love you, Doppel.
That's great. I hope that one gets clipped.
So continuing our cartoon / anime theme, we've got Dragon Ball Z Kakarot on the wheel. You can relive all the hype moments of the original Dragon Ball Z in full 3D glory coming to the PS5. Yeah, that was intentional. To the PS5 and Xbox Series S. Have you ever wanted to see Goku's ripped abs in 4K HDR, 120 frames a second? Well, now you can. It's going to be a wild ride.
They have done enough of these games, Bats, and yet somehow we've never played them. I heard bad news about this game. Cram filled the wheel. You can complain to Cram. Cram was on wheel duty tonight.
But hey, we can roast all of these games. Like you're only seeing the downside, Chad. Look at the upside. We get a nice 2 hours of Dragon Ball roasting. Like that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, you didn't have to live through Babylon's fall.
It would be funny if you also play the worst game of 2023.
If I get cursed, then we'll just know it's all about you. But yeah, it's good to have a good roast session every now and then. Speaking of, I'm hopeful it is not a roast. Forspoken. Square Enix. Mm-hmm. Square, you have led us astray for your new IPs. Your old IP is great. We're loving the reboots. We played Final Fantasy Origins, Stranger in Paradise. That was great. We love that title. But
super long title.
What are you doing,
do you do this?
Man? And I'm hearing that maybe this game isn't good. This is supposed to be Harry Potter meets Jet Set Radio Future. This is supposed to be Mirror's Edge with magic, baby. And I am brokenhearted if this is going to be bad, but I gotta know. And so that's why it's still on the wheel. We're talking Forspoken. Frey, whose name is real close to Freya, is a young New Yorker transported into the beautiful but cruel land of Athia. On search for a way home, she must use her newfound abilities again and again and again, committing hardcore parkour. So
that's some pretty hardcore parkour right there. I tell you what, I never seen somebody ride up a wall like that. And pretty hardcore parkour right there. And tell you what, man, let's hit us up with some even more anime. Let's go with Fire Emblem Engage. Now, chat, Valos and I, all strategy RPG fans out there are hyped for some Fire Emblem. The way they describe this game is, let's go back to the tactics that made our series famous. Let's screw all this high school life, all these, well, not all the romance options. You gotta keep the waifu lovers happy. You gotta go for your target demographic. You gotta let people have their waifus. But they're gonna have some strategy in the mix there too. So this is gonna be a brand new entry in the Fire Emblem saga. Don't entirely know the big boss they're fighting this time, but usually the way it goes is you're some tactician who has amnesia, usually have amnesia, and you have to lead your band of young spunky youths to defeat the demon god or the dragon god or whatever. But as far as how tropey that sounds, it's always a lot of fun. And this is going to be a strategy RPG, so it's going to be our first time trying to make something like this look fun on stream.
Is that true?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, we had a couple of Triangle Strategy and some other titles, but they never got picked. You're right.
They never got picked. So if Doppel does play this, it'll be his first exposure to the Fire Emblem series. So maybe we'll have a new convert, chat. Maybe we'll have a new convert.
Despite it definitely not being my first strategy game. Oh, Cram, not true. We played Disgaea in 2020, 2021.
Disgaea is like its own breed. It's like it's a menu sim. Disgaea is menu simulator.
Oh, especially Disgaea 6. I'm with you on that. Yeah. All right, but let me get to this next one. So, time loops. We talk about them. Everybody loves them. That's what I'm pretty sure is the case, right? Right. Anyway, RE Call is paired up with Gray's counter. And RE Call is it's a puzzler where you use your memories to manipulate the present and change the state of the world to solve the puzzle. It's a very short trailer that we have up here. It'll loop a couple of times, almost thematically. But notice the pixel art. Notice the indie development. You have to get through these flashbacks to escape the factory and get on with life. But that is paired.
Bass has a question for you, Double.
Oh, you've never played Fire Emblem. I know. I just missed it. And
Right.
I didn't
Right.
have, I skipped Nintendo handhelds for a long time. Yeah. It was terrible.
Well, but at least you got Pokemon. You got the big ones. You got the
No,
big ones.
I missed a lot of the mid-generation Pokemons. Yeah. Because I just didn't have
Really?
Nintendos.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
man.
It was tough. It was tough, chat, and thank you for consoling me. Okay. Paired up with RE Call is a game I don't want to play. It's called Gray's Counter GM. This is a bullet hell, and it's a bullet
Yes,
hell with a
sir.
story about it. First off, the game calls itself highly replayable. In its own editor-chosen dialogue, it says a refreshing and highly replayable bullet hell that wants you to live on the razor's edge. Okay, but you're trapped. It's what's the phrase? Isekai. You're trapped in another reality, and that reality is going crazy.
Yep.
Finally got.
That's
I
the
got
one.
it. I finally got Isekai down.
Yeah, nice.
One day I'll understand the other words you guys use. That's tight. So these two games are paired together because they're both limited in their mechanical range, but probably if you like them, it's worth seeing them, right? So that's what we have.
And that's everything, I think.
Yeah, everything except something from chat. I'm looking for something.
Yeah. I wonder what it could be.
What is it?
It's round. It's multicolored.
Does it have locomotion associated with any way?
Yes. You pop 6 something with it if you're on a motorcycle.
Interesting. No, it's not that one. Oh, there they are.
That
That's what I was
is.
looking for the whole time. I had no idea.
Man, how could we? For some reason, we keep forgetting
One more.
what a wheel is every single
One
show.
more. One more wheel.
I don't know how
I
we
need
do
one
it.
more. I need one more.
I just don't understand it. Like, you would think we would remember what a wheel is, but we just don't. We just don't.
I know. We need to get big enough that the wheel is free because I hate that it's a subscriber level thing. All right, here we go. With 3, 2, 1. We are spinning. We're spinning. We're spinning. We're spinning. We're spinning. We're spinning. We're spinning. Oh.
No, this one might be close, actually. Nope, that's Dragon Ball. That's 100% Dragon Ball.
Yeah, that's Dragon Ball. When was this game released?
Yes. It's January 13th.
Oh my
At
god.
least its re-release was January 13th.
Ah.
Respin.
All right, well,
Maybe we'll have a vote for that eventually, or a threshold for a respin.
we'll have to figure that out. But chat, as far as tonight goes, I'm Doppel. That's Cram. Together with demoduo, brand new games every week. Thanks everybody for being here. Thanks to the regulars. Hoping for a democracy. Well, we have to trust the wheel. We're gonna go raid some of our friends, gang. See you soon.